Om Atmatom Girijamati Sahacharaha Prana Sarira Gruham Pujate Visayopabhoga Rachana Nitra Samadhi Sthitihi Samchara Padayo Pradakshina Vidhi Stotrani Sarva Giraha Yat Yat Karma Karomi Tattadakhila Sambhuta Varadhanam Ayurnasyati Pasyatam Pratidinam Yati Kshayam Yauvanam Pratyayantagata Punarna Divasa Kalo Jagat Bhakshakaha Lakshmi Stoyastaranga Bhanga Chapala Vidyut Chalam Jivanam Tasman Mam Saranagata Saranada Tum Raksha Rakshadhuna Tasman Mam Saranagata Saranada Tum Raksha Rakshadhuna Guru Mata Guru Pita Guru Mati Guru Gati Vina Guru Name Jnanam Vina Guru Name Sthiti Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I bow to God who is omnipresent. I bow to all the divine incarnations and all the spiritual masters of different traditions. I bow to my beloved Guruji, Baba Hariharanandaji. I bow to you all. We all are children of God. Om Tat Sat Om. Good afternoon. Once upon a time, there was a king. It is not a story, but it is a fact. This king was not only a ruler, he was a spiritual seeker. In India, those who know, in India we have two types of guru tradition. One is Kula Gurus, the dynastical guru tradition. The other is Siddha Guru, the realized guru tradition. In dynastical guru tradition, just like the father is the king, the son becomes the king, the ruler. Similarly, if the father is the guru, his son becomes the guru. So the king had a Kula Guru, who is also known as the Raja Guru, the royal preceptor. Being a seeker, the king always sought the advice from this Kula Guru, really how to get peace, how to get that love of God. This Kula Guru, being a Brahmin, was well versed in scriptures. He told, do puja, do abhishekam, do rituals, do this, do that, he told. And the king was doing every day, chanting, worshipping, all these things, whatever the Kula Guru directed. The king was getting something, but it was not enough. Then the king one day requested the Kula Guru, please see, you are telling me to do the puja, the ritualistic practices, I am doing that, but still I cannot achieve that continuous peace which is described. The Kula Guru said, do one thing, listen to the exposition of the scriptures, the Gita, the Upanishad, and other holy books. The king started listening to the scriptures almost every day. The Kula Guru was explaining the scriptures in a very nice way. It was good intellectual discussion. Still, the king could not achieve what he was expecting to. One day the king said to the Kulaguru, please listen to me. I did whatever you told, but still I could not achieve. Then the Kulaguru said, look, do charity, serve the sick, serve the poor, give food to the hungry. So the king, he had the financial capability, he started serving. Some time passed. Still the king is not achieving that state of calmness. One day the king invited the Kulaguru very privately. King was really upset. Look, whatever you told, I did. Ritualistic practices, studying the scriptures, doing charity, going on pilgrimage. Do you know anything more to do? Really, do you know how to get peace, how to get calmness, or just you want to please me telling something or the other? Look, I give you 7 days time. In 7 days time, you are to tell me how to get peace. Otherwise, I am going to punish you as well as your family because you have cheated me. You can imagine the condition of this poor Brahmin who had the ego that I am the guru of the king, came back home being completely disturbed, explained everything to his wife. Both are sitting in a remorseful state. At that time, they had one youthful young son. He goes out, sometimes he comes back whenever he is hungry. Wherever he goes, nobody knows. He doesn't listen to them. He didn't study so much. So he came back in a playful state, young man, telling that, give me some food, I'm hungry. The mother said, look, today I have not cooked anything. What happened? He said, a great disaster. Then the young man told, it is the grace of God. Disaster come to them whom God loves the most. Now the mother is telling, that's why we tell that you are crazy. Such type of disaster may not come to everybody. Then he said, what has happened? The father is there, the mother is explaining what happened. Then the young man said, only this is the cause, for that you are so much worried. I can give the answer to the king how to be in real happiness, how to be in peace. Then the father did not believe. You, the foolish child, never studied scriptures, never studied Sanskrit. How can you tell the king how to get peace where I failed? Then if you don't believe, don't believe. If you believe in me, I tell you, I can give the way to the king how to attain peace. The mother interfered. Look, we are in trouble. If he's telling he can do something, why to miss this opportunity? Go and tell the king. So the father, being influenced by the mother, went to the king and told, my son will tell you how to get peace, but you have to invite him. Now the king, as he was a seeker, he was sincere in his heart, he sent royal invitation to this young Brahmin son to the palace, and on the due date, the prince, this Brahmin young man came with the father. It was afternoon, maybe this time. So the king welcomed the guru and guru's son in due honor, and both of them were given proper seat. The king sat down on the floor and told, can you really give me the way, tell me the way, how to achieve peace, how to achieve calmness? He said, I will tell you, but you have to fulfill some conditions. What are those? He said, bring 2 bundles of ropes. The father is thinking, to get peace, what is the use of ropes? He could have told, bring flowers, fruits, milk, butter, or to do some puja, something. What is to be done with the ropes? But the king ordered, bring 2 bundles of ropes. So they were sitting, talking little bit this and that. It was getting little bit dark, evening coming. So the young man said, come with me. The king and the father both followed him. Not too far away from the palace was the forest. So the young man entered the forest accompanied by the king and the father. So they went into the forest. In the forest, it was getting darker and you can hear the howling of the jackals and other animals. So the young man told, do one thing. What? You both lean to the trunk of 2 trees. So the father is standing like this, the king is standing like this, they obeyed him. So what he did, he opened the rope with the hands in the back of the king and tied so nicely with the trunk of the tree, the hands and the body, everything tied nicely, and he did the same to the father. Now the father is thinking, oh God, today ultimate peace will be achieved in the mouth of the wild animals. It is getting darker, and what he's going to do in the hand of this crazy young man? But the king is peaceful, father is tensed. The young man stood in the middle, looked at the king. My dear, tell my father to make you free. Then the king said, I am not fool. How can I tell your father to make me free when he is already in bondage? He is tired. Then he said, now you got the answer. How can my father tell you to be in peace when he is in restlessness, he is in tension, he is in flattery, he needs little praise, he needs little gift, some money? How can he tell you how to get peace if he has not experienced peace himself? With this logical answer by this young man, the king was delighted, so also the father. The father thought, how come my son who never went to school, never followed me, he's talking in such a beautiful way? Then the young man stood in the front, told, tell me, who can make you free? You. Because you are not in bondage, you can make me free. He said, now you got the answer. One who is free can make others free. One who is rich can make others rich. One who is educated can make others educated. One who knows can let others know. One who is in peace can make others to be in peace. None but else can do it. So then what he did, he opened both of them. Thank you, I'm going. The young man is about to leave. The king caught hold of his feet. You can't go. Listening to you through your simple answer in such a convincing way, looking at you, the peaceful countenance from your face, I realize you can tell me how to get peace. The king is not letting him go. Please tell me how to get peace. He said, I know how to get peace, but I will not tell. Why not? You know, but why can't you tell? Because my Guruji told not to tell this to anybody. Now his father, the Kula Guru, the Brahmin, he thought, what? My son has a guru, I didn't know it. Then they sat down in the palace, came back and sat down, and there is a conversation between this young man and the king. Who is your guru? Where does he live? Why did he tell that don't tell others? And what is the way? And how to know about that way, how to get peace? Can you tell me? Now this young man is telling, my guru, his name is Lahiri Mahasaya. If you look at the picture, this picture, second in this side, Lahiri Mahasaya, he is my Guruji, he lives in Banaras. That is why I said it is not a story, it is a happening in reality. He lives in Banaras, he is a family man, married with 5 children, 2 sons and 3 daughters, working, living like any ordinary person in the society. Looking at him, nobody will know who he is ordinarily, because he doesn't put on the monk's clothes or doesn't have any so-called glamour that he is a guru. Very simple life. And he teaches. What did he teach you? He taught me the art of Kriya Yoga. And I will not tell more. If you want to know more, I can give the address of my Guruji. You can meet him and learn from him. Now, the king and his wife, the queen, this Brahmin, the Kulaguru and his wife, the father and the mother, four approached Lahiri Mahasaya and asking, can you teach? Can you accept as your student? So, Lahiri Mahasaya had a beautiful discussion with them before he accepted them as the students. They are asking many questions about spiritual life, and in that line today let us discuss what they asked and what he answered. What is Kriya Yoga? We have heard the name of many types of yoga, but we never heard of Kriya Yoga. What is it? Lahiri Mahasaya is answering, Kriya Yoga is the most ancient system of meditation. For your knowledge, for your reference, if you know the most original and very systematic exposition on the scripture of yoga, the science of yoga, the first name will come to the mind. It is the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Yoga Sutra Patanjali is the most basic and fundamental scripture on yoga. If you open this Yoga Sutra Patanjali and you go from the beginning to the end, don't go through the explanation, only these sutras in Sanskrit. Atha Yoganusasanam, thus the discipline of yoga explained. Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha, yoga is the art of getting control over mind. Vrittaya Panchataya, mind has 5 modifications. Klista, aklista cha, some are pleasurable, some are uncomfortable, and so on. Yoga, 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 you will find the name yoga is there, but which yoga? Which yoga is Patanjali is telling? Some people say he was speaking of Ashtanga yoga because he spoke of 8 limbs of yoga. But it is not true. He spoke of 8 limbs of yoga, but he did not speak of the yoga. This is Ashtanga yoga. Which yoga he spoke? As I told you, he is only speaking of yoga, 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 yoga. No other name of yoga except, I am telling this, don't think I am trying to market Kriya Yoga. You can go and refer. Except the name of Kriya Yoga, and that is also used only once. There is no name of any other yoga, any other system of yoga as we know today. Except Kriya Yoga, no other name of yoga you will find in Yoga Sutra Patanjali, and that is only used once. In the Sadhana Pada, first sutra, Tapaha Swadhyaya Iswara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. He is telling what is Kriya Yoga? Tapaha Swadhyaya Iswara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. He told Kriya Yoga is the art of Tapaha Swadhyaya Iswara Pranidhana. We will explain a little later. So, Kriya Yoga is the most oldest system of meditation as is known to mankind. What is Kriya Yoga? I will give 2 meanings. One meaning based on Patanjali, one meaning based on the simple meaning of these 2 words. If you know this word, name Kriya Yoga, there are 2 names, 2 words. One is yoga, the other is Kriya. Now, what is yoga? You see, we know yoga. What does it mean? Yoga means some exercise. One young man, early in the morning, going to practice some yoga, and he had some special clothes. Maybe suppose it is in USA, his friend, one American friend saw, where are you going? I'm going to practice yoga. What is yoga? What do you do? He said, I have one yoga teacher. He teaches me to keep the head below and legs up. What? You keep your head below and legs up, head stand. Why do you do this? God has given you 2 legs to stand. Why do you stand on head? Ordinarily, people think yoga means some body gymnastic. It is one aspect of yoga, but it is not the real message of yoga. What is yoga? Yoga has 32 meanings in Sanskrit. It is one beauty of Sanskrit language. Every word has many meanings. Every object has many names. Every word has multiple meanings. Sometimes the students in West ask, why is it so? Suppose we know water. Water is an object. It is useful. How many words you know in English for water? How many? One. Chemically you can say H2O, but one name water. Any other language, if you think German, it is Wasser. In Spanish you will say aqua. Like this. So one word. In Sanskrit, how many words you know? Those who are from India, they can tell many names. Many names for water. So people ask why it is useless. Why to know so many names? Why to know so many names in one language? One word is enough. Okay, only bread and butter is enough to survive. Why do we prepare so many dishes? A poor man might survive with bread and butter or little food. A rich man needs many dishes on his table. Being a rich language, Sanskrit has such richness in vocabulary. Every object, many names. Every word, many meanings, and its beauty in the language. Yoga has 32 meanings, out of which to cheat somebody is also yoga. If somebody is cheating somebody, it is also yoga. The simplest meaning of yoga is union. The simplest meaning of yoga is union. And union is possible when there are 2 or more than 2. Only one, there is no union. Union of eyes, I look at you, this is union of eyes. 2, I look at you, you look at me. I am speaking and you are listening, this is union of ideas. This is union of ideas. We fold the hands when we meet each other, this is the union of hands. We see somebody, we hug them, this is the union of 2 beings. So union is possible when there are 2 or more than 2. Then what is that yoga which is speaking of union with us or in us? If we think of our personal life, there is one union. What is that union? We all are living, and there is one continuous union in you, in him, in her. There is a continuous union. What is that? For example, there is electricity and there is bulb. Bulb and electricity together, there is light. If there is no electricity, only bulb cannot give light. Yes or no? If there is only electricity, no bulb, there will be no light. Bulb and electricity together, there is light. Have you seen electricity? Anybody who has seen electricity? No. But you might have tested electricity. Anybody who has tested electricity? Thank you, I did. When I was small, I put my finger inside. We have not seen electricity, but we know there is electricity. Few of us might have experienced the test of electricity. A nice shock. So, bulb and electricity together, there is light. Similarly, the body is like the bulb, the soul is like electricity, the bulb and electricity, the body and the soul together, there is life. Without soul, the body is dead, useless. Such beautiful body will no more beautiful when breath stops. Without soul, this body is useless. Nobody will touch. They will come, put flowers, and they will try to dispose the body as soon as possible. Clear? This is the union. Now again, I understood. There is the union of soul and the body, and because of that there is life. Here the story doesn't end. Suppose in this temple there is electricity. Yes or no? Now yes. From where this electricity is coming? You will say from the powerhouse where electricity is generated. Now this temple is connected with the source of electricity. Do you ever think over it? We don't think, only we switch on, switch off. Who is thinking that this temple is connected with the place where electricity is generated? Similarly, the body is the temple, the soul is the electricity, and this soul electricity is connected with the ultimate source of life, that is divinity, that is God. We have inseparable existence. We have inseparable existence from God, just like the ocean can exist without waves, but the waves cannot exist without ocean. God can exist without the creation, but the creation cannot exist without God. God and creation are one, inseparable existence, just like the ocean and the wave. So this little body has soul within. This soul is eternally connected with God, the Almighty, but we don't remember it, we don't realize it, nobody taught us. We come to the temple, such a beautiful temple. When we came here, we had a nice visit inside the temple in Sanctum Sanctorum, seeing the deities and listening to how it is being worshipped every day. But do we remember that this body is the temple? In this body temple, there is presence of divinity, and not only in this body temple, in every living body, in every plant, animal, insect, even in a butterfly, there is the spark of the divine beauty of God. Even in the flower, in the fruit, in the stone, everywhere there is presence of God. We have to know that. So the yoga, the simple meaning of yoga is union, body and the soul. And this union is temporary, body and the soul, remember, because this union started when we entered the mother's womb. This union will continue till the last breath, after that separation, fused bulb. But the other union, the soul with God, this is eternal unity. One who knows this is a yogi, not that one who keeps the head below and legs up. Knowing this not theoretically, listen, okay, I listen to you, now I realize I am the soul, now I realize I am connected with God. Only hearing is not enough. Theoretical listening to theoretical exposition or intellectualization is not enough. When little trouble comes, we cry. If we really know we are connected with God, how can I feel I am separated? How can I feel I am weak? How can I have fear? How can I have anxiety if I know I am eternally connected with God? God is with me all the time, no separation. So this is the simple meaning of yoga. Am I clear? Now let us understand the meaning of Kriya. Kriya again splitted into two parts, Kri and Ya. Kri comes from Sanskrit kru dhatu. Kru dhatu means activity, to work. Each human body especially, all are working. The plants is working, the insects are working, we are also working. When we work or there is activity in the body, the yogis said there are 5 groups of activities. The hand is the symbol of activity. We work with the hands, and God gave how many fingers? 5 fingers. So 5 types of activities. What are the 5 types of activities? This is the smallest one. Okay? This is the first activity. It is the material activity. You are working. I am also working. We work. We get some money. We have a house. We have car. We have this thing. We have that thing. Whatever material thing we achieve in our life, it is material activity. We spend many hours daily. Am I clear? Now the second. What is the name of this finger? Ring finger. Why its name is ring finger? Marriage ring. I asked somebody, do you know why is it ring finger? He said, yes. Why? Because once I married, I got a ring master, and that is my wife. And just like in the circus, the ring master tells sit down, I sit down. Let us go, I go. In the circus, the ring master plays with the tiger and tells the tiger sit down, the tiger sits down. So I got a ring master after I got this ring. When we marry, we use one ring. Okay? This is the second group of activity. It is the relationship. Man and woman getting married, living together, having children, all these, the family, sexual activities, the relationship, it is the second group of activity. Most of the people they know. Now comes the third finger. And do you know, among all the fingers, who is the tallest? The middle. And do you know why it is the tallest finger? It is the third group of activity. It is the food, health and physical activity. It is the, and from mother's womb, we are after food. When we were in mother's womb, we took the food of the mother directly. When we came out, sucked the mother's breast milk. And slowly the need for the food till the last breath, need for money, need for family was not from birth. That is why it is the tallest one. Food, drink, health, physical activities. Am I clear? Now, this is the finger. What is this finger? Index finger. Okay? And this is the most dangerous. You did this. Because with the finger we point out, you did this, he did this, like this. And remember, this finger is very dangerous. When I point one finger to you, how many fingers are pointed towards me? 3. Okay? Suppose I say you are good. If you are 1 times good, I am 3 times better. Remember. If I say you are bad, if you are 1 time bad, I am 3 times worse. That is why in the Bible Jesus said, judge not, so that you will be judged. So this is the index finger, this is the finger of ego, emotion, judgmental activities. Am I clear? This is the 4th finger, dangerous. Now this 5th finger, thumb. Usually when there is some success or something, we show like this. This is the intellectual, philosophical, religious activities. Am I clear? So 5 types of activities, this is Kriya. In every activity, to experience divinity, divinity is Ya, Kriya. I am talking. While speaking, if I am conscious of God within, God in all, my talk will not be a talk, it is a continuous prayer. We go to temple, we chant prayers, mantras. Ya Devi Sarva Bhutesu Matrurupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Naman Namaha. I bow to the Divine Mother who is present in all in the form of mother. But when I come back home, I quarrel with my wife. This is not spirituality. In the temple I pray, in the house I quarrel. It is not spirituality. So, in every activity, if I am conscious of divinity, even taking food, even reading a book, even while walking, even taking a shower. Every activity can be a prayer if I am conscious, if I do it with love. So, simple meaning of Kriya, Kri means activity, Ya means divinity. To experience divinity in every activity is Kriya. This is the meaning of Kriya Yoga. Am I clear or not? In the body, as I told you, the 5 types of activities, those 5 types of activities are regulated by the 5 chakras in the spine. In human body, there are 7 chakras, 7 major chakras, 2 chakras in the brain and 5 chakras in the spine. The 5 chakras in the spine represent the 5 fingers, as I told you, 5 types of activities: material activity, family, relationship, physical activities, health, food, digestion, emotional activities, ego, anger, jealousy, love, purity, sincerity, intellectual, philosophical activities, religious activities. So, these are the 5 groups of activities. Through every activity to experience divinity, if you can lift up your consciousness, your awareness to the top, remain there and do everything. And really, spiritual life doesn't negate anything. In the ancient time, you will find the rishis were married. Vasishtha, his wife is Arundhati. Both were highly elevated. Atri, Anasuya, wife and husband. So, marriage is not an obstacle. To do any work, it is not obstacle in spiritual life. If you read in the Mahabharata, the holy butcher, there is the story of Dharma Vyadha. So, a butcher, a hunter being highly spiritual person, is killing animals, but he is spiritual. So, do any activity in any chakra, but be conscious of divinity. This is the message of Kriya Yoga. Now, how to practice it? What to do? So, this is the one meaning of Kriya Yoga I said. Now, I am coming back to the Yoga Sutra, where Patanjali said that what is Kriya Yoga? Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. So, now let us understand what these 3 concepts mean. Tapaha. What is tapa? Tapas. In English, it is austerity, it is penance. Somebody is not eating, fasting a lot, restraining himself from food. It is a tapa. It is a penance, austerity. Somebody is not using warm clothes in winter, trying to tolerate cold, it is austerity. In cold winter, taking cold shower, austerity. In summer, sitting in a hot place and trying to chant or meditate, austerity. This is simple meaning of tapa. Am I clear? You will say, we live in USA, we have to work, we have to go for this tapa we can do. The inner meaning of tapaha. Tapaha and tapa, they are together. Tapa, simple meaning of tapa is temperature. Tapa is that process through which the body temperature is maintained. Now you will say a living body has some temperature. So how this temperature is maintained? You will say through circulation. How the circulation is going on? Because of breath. So the breath is the process through which the body temperature is maintained. So tapaha is the art of breath control. The tapaha is the art of breath control, not the physical austerity. The physical austerity or penance that people undertake to train the mind to forbear all the arts of life. But remember, everything depends upon mind. How to take care of mind? This is the message of yoga and meditation, and especially Kriya Yoga, and it is through tapaha. Tapaha means art of breathing. What does it mean? The simple example. The mind and breath are closely connected and correlated. How? Suppose somebody is having fear, somebody is having tension, somebody has anxiety, or a student in the examination hall, or you have gone to the doctor for medical checkup. When there is anxiety, what happens to us? What happens? The breath is very fast, we feel restless, the palpitation, heartbeat increases. It is a simple symptom, anxiety, fear. Am I clear? So when the mind is restless, the breath is restless. Suppose somebody is peaceful, relaxed, sleeping. How is the breath? Breath is slow, deep, rhythmic. Maybe somebody, when I came to USA, I heard the name of noisy sleep. Sometimes I need a separate room because I have noisy sleep. I thought, what is noisy sleep? Because that person snores in night. And do you know, sometimes because I travel from place to place, from house to house, this is the 9th year, I have been traveling almost every week, occasionally at some place little longer, otherwise 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, like this traveling, even 1 day, 2 days. So I go from house to house, and sometimes I hear this in the next room, especially the houses in West, look beautiful, very neat and clean, everything, but you can hear everything in every room, you can hear from your room. If somebody is going to bathroom or toilet, you can hear from your room. And you can hear the rhythmic snoring. You know, not the rhythmic snoring, the wife and husband snore. One is snoring in one rhythm, the other is as if one is asking, the other is replying. When one is sleeping, one is relaxed, the breath is rhythmic. Now come back to when breath is restless, mind is restless. When breath is peaceful, mind is peaceful. If you want to regulate your mind to achieve real calmness and peace, regulate your breath. That is tapaha. Tapa means breath regulation. My Guruji, whose picture is here, Baba Hariharanandji, who lived here in this Miami area, south of Miami, who left his body on December 3rd last year, and who usually tells breath control is self-control, breath mastery is self-mastery. If you want to transform your life, change your breath. I will tell you some simple example, the correlation between breath and mind, and ordinarily how we breathe, how it is unscientific. An ordinary person breathes how many times in a minute on an average? 15 times per minute on an average. So one breath, 4 seconds. Clear? So you just watch your breath, 4 seconds breath, means 2 seconds inhalation, 2 seconds exhalation. Okay? And if you say 1, 2, and you are inhaling, do you think that you are taking enough air into your lungs? The answer is no. Our ordinary breath doesn't allow us to get enough fresh air into the body, so we do not get enough oxygen. What happens? If we don't get enough oxygen, what will happen? First thing, our lungs are not fully utilized. So when the lungs are not utilized to a greater extent, now we are a little bit young, it is manageable, but when slowly the age will increase, what will happen? The lungs will create trouble. Many old people have trouble in breathing, old age bronchitis, asthma, and breath related diseases develop in old people, because we didn't use the lungs. Slowly lungs, the air sac becomes functionless. So when we are old, there is difficulties in the body. Now, the second, in the body, the brain and the entire body. Suppose your body weight is 120 pounds. And what is the weight of the brain? 3 pounds. So 3 pounds to 120, what is the percentage? Who will tell? 2.5%. Okay? The percentage of the brain to the total body is 2.5%. Anybody who has the medical knowledge or a doctor will agree or might disagree. The total oxygen in the body that we take in, total intake of oxygen, how much the brain consumes from this oxygen? Nearly 20% or more. The amount of oxygen we take into the body, 20% or more than 20% oxygen is consumed by 2.5% brain. Am I clear? Medically verifiable. Now, if Karl Marx would have been here, he would have said, in the body, the brain is the capitalist, 2.5% consuming more than 20% of oxygen, and the 97 and so on, 97.5% consuming 80% of oxygen. The brain is the capitalist, the body is the proletariat, the brain is exploiting. Oxygen is the nutrition of the brain. If you want to stay healthy, if you want to get good memory, if you want to get good mind, breathe in a nice way. Remember, healthy way of breathing. Provide more air into the lungs so that your brain will get more oxygen. Provide more blood to the brain so that the brain will get more oxygen. If you want to live healthy, God gave us few beautiful gifts to us. One is the human brain, which is not found in any other animals. The second is the human spine, which is most of the time vertical with the ground. But we, out of ignorance, we could not use the brain and the spine. We abused it. So, how to provide more oxygen? The simple example I will give you, and you can do it. Whether you learn Kriya Yoga or not, you can do it at your home and you can experience the benefit. I will just demonstrate one breath. I am not holding, okay? Only I am taking one inhalation and one exhalation. Ordinary 4 minutes, 4 seconds breath, ordinary breath. Now you watch one breath of mine. One breath. I just inhaled and exhaled. In 1 minute, if you breathe 15 times, I will breathe maximum 2 times. But 15 times breathing by you will not give so much oxygen to you as 2 breaths of mine will give. So, Kriya Yoga is based on breath control and some spinal exercises by which your breathing system changes, your body gets more oxygen, so also the brain, and at the same time the brain gets more blood, your brain power will increase, your health will be better. This is tapaha. Now the second is swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya? Study of scriptures. Study the Gita, study the Bible, study the Upanishad. It is ordinarily known as swadhyaya, but it is not enough. What is swadhyaya? Study yourself. So, adhyaya, study yourself. Know your mind, know your emotion, know your impulse, know your reaction. I know this is bad, I will not do this. I know anger is bad, I will not be angry. Okay? Am I clear? People know anger is bad, but still they become angry. One husband is taking tea and his toast in the morning to go to his work. The wife was in the bathroom. And she came out of the bathroom with such loud sound and banging the door. How many times I told you that don't press the toothpaste from the middle? So what has happened? The husband has the habit to press the toothpaste from the middle. The wife tells press from the end. This is the story. And in the morning when she went to the bathroom, she found that the husband has pressed it from the middle. And she's upset and started screaming and shouting. The poor husband, he was to go to office, he stopped taking tea, taking the toast, left the place. And if he goes to the office being unhappy, anger is a contagious disease, remember. And if I become angry with you, you will be angry with somebody. You want to release anger. So in the office, the boss was angry with the subordinate. He came back home being angry with the wife became angry with the child became angry with the toy. This is the chain rule, chain reaction of anger. Look, if your husband doesn't follow to press the toothpaste from the end, when you purchase toothpaste, you purchase 2 tubes. Tell, this is your toothpaste, this is my toothpaste. You press from the middle, but brush your teeth, I am pressing from the end. Why should I spoil the peace of my mind? We need little understanding. Remember, if we want to live with love, we need little understanding. And that is Swadhyaya. You study the Gita, no matter. You study the Upanishad, no matter how much you have studied yourself, your own emotion, your own impulse, or your own reaction. How do you deal with people, with your family, with your children, with your wife, with your husband, with your working place, whomever, with your friend? How do you react? That is Swadhyaya. Study the scriptures, good, but study yourself. Those who meditate, especially the technique like Kriya Yoga, they become conscious of their own being, own mind, and they live intelligently. Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. What is Ishvara Pranidhana? Ishvara Pranidhana, go to the temple and bow. Surrender to God, love for God. People in their puja room in the temple, very nice. But when they come out, again their old nature comes out. One day, one man is taking bath in the Ganga, and a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna came to him and told him, Thakur, I have heard people say when they go to Ganga and take bath, all their sins are washed away. Is it true? Ramakrishna said, is there in doubt? Ganga is so pure, so holy, it cleans the life of people. Then this devotee, out of his simplicity, told, Thakur, I don't believe. Why? Because I see these people, those who come here, take bath. While they are taking bath, they are chanting the name and they are praying to God, pouring the water ablution. And when they go back, in the family they quarrel, in the business they tell lie. I don't believe that you are telling Ganga washes away their sin. Then Ramakrishna said, my child, look, when this person enters the Ganga, all his sins leave him. At that time he is completely pure. And all the sins sit down on the tree of the treetop near the river. When he comes out of the river, again they come and sit on his head. So inside the river he is pure. When he comes out the river, he becomes the same old person. We come to the temple, inside the temple we are nice and beautiful. When we go out, again this same old habit overpowering us. So Ishvara Pranidhana, love for God, it is not only in the temple, not only in your puja room or prayer or meditation room, it should be in your daily life. That love should be manifested when you speak with your wife or husband, with your child or with the client, wherever you go, bring that love with you. Paramahamsa Yogananji, one of our gurus, he said, wherever you go, carry a portable heaven with you. Wherever you go, carry a portable heaven with you. The meaning is, wherever you go, bring heavenly joy, peace, happiness there. So this is Ishvara Pranidhana. Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Breath control, self-analysis and universal love. Three aspects of Kriya Yoga: karma, jnana and bhakti. Action, knowledge and devotion integrated together is Kriya Yoga. Now, how to learn Kriya Yoga? I demonstrated a simple breathing exercise. I told you can practice it, but Kriya Yoga is not taught in public like this. Then how is it taught? As it is directed by the masters, it is taught by a process of body purification, chakra purification, purification of the senses, and this is known as initiation. And during the initiation into Kriya Yoga, each student is taught how to listen to the sound of silence. I am sitting here, we all are sitting. I am talking, you might be listening to my talk or the sound. There might be the air conditioner sound, there might be traffic sound, but apart from that, there is a subtle sound of silence, sound of calmness. Those who meditate, they know. Two types of people hear some sound. Remember, those whose mind is calm, tranquil and focused, they hear the sound of silence. Those who are really a little bit disturbed, they hear some strange sound. They go to the psychiatrist, to the doctor, I hear some noise, I can't sleep, it is so disturbing. But I am hearing a subtle sound, very soothing sound. So we teach during initiation how to listen to the sound of silence, how to see the light of the third eye with eyes closed, how to see the inner light, and how to feel the energy flow in the body through pulsation, through vibration, the pranic energy. And then we teach the technique. Simple meditation technique based on breath control and some spinal exercises I have told you before, which will enable a person to experience better health, calmness of mind, peace, love and happiness. It is possible. We live in the modern society when we are extremely busy. Do you know, in the ancient time, the teacher was staying at one place. The students were going to the teacher. Now the age changed, new age. In this age, the students stay at their home. The teachers go from door to door, they knock, get up. So, when a student comes to learn this technique, we encourage them at least to come to few meditation sittings so that one can learn the technique and can practice at home. And if one can give 20 to 30 minutes time daily, one can experience all the changes. And remember, giving 30 minutes time for meditation, it is not a loss, you are going to gain a lot in your life. For example, I will give a simple example of one of my friends. That friend of mine and myself, we got initiated into Kriya Yoga when we were college student. I was 21 when I accepted Baba Hariharanji as my spiritual master. So that friend of mine, both of us, we were students of economics. He was 1 year junior to me in college. So he became a gold medalist in university, then he joined the bank. When he was in the bank as the bank officer, whatever work was given to him in the beginning, he finished within 2 hours. So his work is finished and he sits, and what to do? Rest 6 hours. So he picks up the Gita, the Upanishad, and started reading. And his boss came, he said, "Hello, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm reading it." "Why? Have you finished your work?" He said, "Yes, I finished everything." He couldn't believe. How can a person can finish in 2 hours the 8 hours work? And he saw he has finished. How could we finish it? He said, "I finished it." And now what is the clue? What is the trick? If your mind is peaceful, if your mind is focused, if your mind is full of joy and happiness, you can accomplish even the most difficult work in very short time. God created beautiful world to live, but we made this place so difficult to live. It is out of our ignorance, ego. So invest 30 minutes time, you will get lots of dividend, lots of profit. So 30 minutes meditation, 20 minutes, my Guruji, if you will hear, if you would have heard, I am telling this, he would have said, don't tell 30 minutes, tell 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes, tell them. So, if you meditate for a short time, it will help you to achieve a lot in your life. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let the blessings of God be upon us all. Let there be peace in our life and heart. Let there be peace in our family. Let there be peace in the whole universe. Om Tat Sat Om Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you all.